So I was talking about like media and shit. I can get a little heated, but I'm never like, I'm not like upset. It doesn't hurt my feelings that you have a different view than I do. It's funny because people like to project, right? So they, if you don't agree with their take, then you have to be the ops, right? I get that, Um, as humans, we're very adversarial. You know what I mean? I mean, I do listen to some mainstream media, right? So I listen to like the BBC, I listen to NPR, and those have some State Department and MI5, whatever the fucking one in Britain's called, and they have some. They got their fingers in there as well. Don't think that you're listening to 100% clean media. When everybody's talking about something on those, like over and over and over again, you got to ask yourself what's truly being hidden. And I know people are like, oh, conspiratorial and blah blah blah. I mean, is it really conspiratorial, right? I mean, look at our history. How often has the FBI been found to have fucking, set people up, worked with mafiosos? I mean, Whitey Bulger, they were found to be complicit in the murder of Malcolm. I mean, Martin Luther King. I mean, people don't know this, but they paid the King family, like in I think the early '90s, like '93 or something, like millions of dollars because they were complicit in the murder of Martin Luther King Jr. So I mean, and look at the Gretchen Whitmore kidnapping, right? There was more FBI agents and informants in that group than there were actual members, right? I mean, that's fucking crazy, right? And who's Ray Epps? You know what I mean? I know this all sounds crazy, right? But the dude Ray Epps, right, who was January 6th, and I'm not saying what happened on January 6th was okay, or but it's not like these motherfuckers are gonna start like writing and passing bills all of a sudden. You know what I mean? But anyway, I mean, even Alex Jones was yelling, "Don't go in the building! Don't go in the building! This guy's a Fed." You know what I mean? Like, I mean that, and same thing with the police riots of 2020, right? As soon as the cops show up, everything goes haywire, and then like I do think that there was. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was provocateurs in those crowds, right? And I think that I have no proof of this. This is all feelings, no facts, right? But we've seen some shit on video, like dudes with all black smashing AutoZone windows and car windows and throwing fire, and and then walking away. And there's been reports that they were followed all the way back to police stations. I mean, so to think that I was tapping on this a little bit yesterday, that the CIA and the FBI has done all this psychological testing throughout the military, all that shit, right? Through the Pentagon, and that they're not using it against you and I, right? I mean, of course they are. Of course, McDonald's uses it against you and I, right? Burger King uses it against you and I. Wendy's, Popeyes, all that shit. You think you just wanted those fucking chicken sandwiches? No, man, they targeted your ass and were like, whatever. I'm just saying. So, yeah. So I do watch some of that mainstream shit, but I don't watch the Tucker Carlsons. Even though I see some clips here and there on other people's shows about his anti-war stuff, which I'm okay with anti-war no matter who it's coming from. But and like Rachel Maddow and Morning Joe and all that. I don't, I used to watch all that shit, never really Fox, unless I was at my dad's, he was a big Fox guy. But, yeah, I don't watch MSNBC anymore. I used to, from whenever I could watch it in the morning, I would watch both the live and the replay of Morning Joe, and, and same thing with like, and at night too, I'd watch, what was his name? Chris, I forget. Anyway, doesn't fucking matter. But I used to watch all that shit, Rachel Maddow, and then I got more introduced to like, you know, other lefty voices through TYT mostly, you know. So I do credit them with that because, you know, I moved from cable to the internet, right? And so, you know, you couldn't see all of it back then. You know, that was like 2010, 2011. You know, you couldn't see everything online yet. You know, maybe 2000, yeah, 2009, 2010. I started, you know, just using the computer on the TV. Anyway, so TYT, you know, I got to give them credit. They got me out there and they got me seeing some other voices. You know, like I said, it used to be Fred Hampton leftist. It's now Revolutionary Blackout. You know, Brianna Joy Taylor. She has what's it? What the fuck is it? Bad Seed, I think is her podcast. I mean, there's so many others, but you know, I watch was it Monday Morning Idiots with Aaron Matei and Katie Harper, you know, and they review all the Sunday shows, you know what I mean? So you don't have to watch them. They review them and then they show clips and make fun of it and shit. It's pretty funny, you know, it's good. And then, you know, you see stuff on that and then you kind of look into it, right? So you'll hear something here and there. I watch Redacted, you know, which is a husband and wife team or wife and husband team, however you want to look at it. But was it Natalie and what's his name? Nathan. I think Nathan Morris. It's called Redacted. It's on every day at 4 Eastern Standard Time, right? And it's a really good show. I think, you know. I watch once in a. I mean, I'll watch some stuff on the Hill, but you know, ever since that Fauci freaking thing, and they didn't have Kim Iverson on there, I think that was a little messed up. But you know, I watch them sometimes, some of their clips. Rising to a lesser extent now. Aaron Mate I mentioned, Max Blumenthal, Matt Taibbi. There's another Abby Martin. Like these are the voices that I'm watching, right? You know, I'm watching just a lot of that stuff. You know, I watch a lot of podcasts. I do watch some right leaning podcast, you know, and it's informative, you know what I mean? It gives me another perspective on the same stories, you know what I mean? And it is funny how either side can talk about the same fucking story, you know? So I try to make my opinion somewhere in the middle there, you know, and I mean, I lean pretty far to the left, you know, but I like to call it common sense left now, you know, because common sense left now, because it left now, right? Left a while ago, but no, the common sense left, right? The common sense left, but I mean, you know, the one thing that I wanted to say is that no matter what, right? Like if I say something, I do something. If I find out I'm wrong or like, you know, it's I changed my mind, I'll let you know. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know, I never hear that from anybody who comes at me, you know, thinks that I'm pissed off. I'm not pissed off, so I don't, you know, I like to debate, you know, and I guess other people see it as like, you know, it's like this argument or something, you know, like it's a problem, you know. No, I want to hear your side, you know what I mean? But most of the time what happens is I just get insulted. So, I mean, whatever, it's fine. That's okay. I can insult too, you know what I mean? It's fun. It's fun. I like it. You know, I do. But, you know, I'm trying to pull away from that. I want to share the voices that I'm listening to. And I think if a lot of you friends of mine listen to some of these, I mean, some of you ain't going to like them. But, I mean, because a lot of them are pretty freaking left. And, you know, I'm not into the communism thing and, you know, Marxism and, you know, none of the isms that we've already tried, right? Like maybe it's going to be a combination of some things, you know, social and, you know, capital and, you know, resource-based economies, you know, in our area, and you know, exports and imports from there, right? But it all has to be done on a fair and respectful basis, I think. You know, it doesn't matter if you live in fucking LA and Beverly Hill or freaking Guatemala somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, it don't fucking matter. Someplace in Africa, it don't matter. like we should all be treated with respect. We should all be able to eat what we need to eat. You know, what we've deemed necessary in our diets, right? I mean, you know, because we all grow up in different regions, so we eat different things. You know, to a certain extent, and whatever we want to do for education and or work, right? I mean, housing. You know, I mean, if it's a fucking mud brick house or stick built house, right, or cement, whatever, like whatever's the norm in your area. You know what I mean? We should all have access to all these things. You know, medical treatment. You know, and less fucking bombs. I mean, is that crazy? Is it really crazy? It's crazy, right? It's crazy to think that we could probably get by with less bombing. I know, you know, fucking Putin invaded, and you know, and we've done shit, and they've done shit, and Nazi this, and commie that, and right and left, and blah, blah, fucking blah. You know what I mean? All it does is cause more strife between us, so we don't hold the people who are fucking responsible, right? I mean, look at... Like I said, I made a video yesterday. Nobody fucking watches it. I get it. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. I feel like I gotta get it off my chest. You know, maybe it reaches 1 or 2 people. Who cares, right? Eventually my kids will have something to watch and it'll be funny. Right? I'll make a fucking robot chatbot. But anyway, see, then I get off the topic because I'm fucking, I forget. But, I just think that it would be better to educate and like, yeah, so things they're already into play, right? But these are all man-made things. We can get out of them. You know, we can get out of them. We don't have to fucking kill each other. You know, I mean, we don't have to help each other, right? Because there's a lot of that going on. You know what I mean? We don't help each other at all. You know, I got a homeless guy I don't feel like I'm helping him at all either. You know what I mean? I'm not housing him. I'm not, you know, I talk to him. I'm just a friend with the guy, you know, but I don't have the resources to house this guy, and, you know, so these, I know that we're full of difficult decisions and situations, but I really think that we can figure them out. If we can figure out how to make a fucking Hellfire missile that has rotating blades instead of explosion to cut a guy into pieces who was the head of Al-Qaeda, I think we can figure out how to food, clothe, and house and educate people. No? Like, we can't get water to the desert? We can't get food to people who need it? Like, but yet everybody's like, fucking kill them Russians. I mean, you know, we're going to have a lot of repairing to do because we're so stuck in this CIA, KGB type. I know the KGB doesn't really exist anymore. I forget what their name is now. But you know what I mean? Like we're stuck in this world, you know? We're stuck in this this law enforcement, military industrial style punishment world, you know? Not cooperation, not help, you know, loss of freedom for fake security, right? I mean, it's all secure until they come after your ass, right? I mean, there's a lot of people in prison who are like, yo, I was, you know. Yeah, so, I don't know. I get it that, you know, it's a lot of people still have cable, you know what I mean? I forget all that shit. I figured nobody has fucking, you know, cable and a landline. I mean, we're gonna have a landline, but you know what I mean? I figure, why wouldn't you watch? I mean, you watch everything on YouTube, no? I mean, you got all the other streaming channels, all this. I mean, why? I don't know. I mean, you gotta see WCVB, Channel 5 News, whatever the fuck it used to be in Boston, or whatever it is out here in New Hampshire. I mean, I don't give a fuck about those people. You know what I mean? I just wanna like I like learning, you know what I mean? And I just can't believe that I just don't believe anything. You know, very little. I believe very little what the State Department and the FBI and law enforcement says, right? I mean, what does law enforcement always say? You know, after they kill somebody, well, we investigated ourselves and we discovered we did nothing wrong. I mean, the Pentagon can't account for their money, right? It's failed. What is it? Its last 6 audits. I mean, they only started auditing it maybe 10 years ago or something, right? But it says it claims it cannot be audited because it continuously fails its own audits. But they know that they need $1 trillion though. If you can't audit yourself, how do you know your budget needs to be $1 trillion, right? I mean, it's like people show these like jets and stuff, and they're like, "Oh my God, look at this stealth fighter." I'm like, "Yeah, there goes your fucking mom's health care, you dumb motherfucker." Like, I mean, serving in the military is honorable and all, but like, shouldn't we be shouldn't part of the military's goal and law enforcement's goal be trying to get themselves out of a job? Right? Like if you worked in the welfare office, right? Wouldn't part of the thing be trying to get everybody on their feet instead of being like all accusatory, like you better prove this, you better prove that, you make sure you fucking not doing this, and you got a job? Well, we ain't giving you shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be transitional assistance, but there's no transition. They either give you money or they cut your fucking ass off. And you gotta jump through hoops for all of it. You know what I mean? So I just, I don't trust any of them. I don't trust the State Department. I don't trust the FBI. I've never trusted the FBI. I don't understand, like, people, you think I'm right wing because I don't trust the FBI? I mean, fucking, they killed King, X, JFK, fucking RFK. I mean, and countless of Fred Hampton, like countless others, right? That we will never even know that they fucking killed them, right? Never mind the CIA and the State Department locking motherfuckers up, and what was it, the AG office? Like, you guys trust these motherfuckers now? I mean, a couple years ago, everybody was rioting in the streets talking about resist, fuck the police, F-12, blah, blah, blah. And now they're like, well, they got Trump, so I like them. And we'll just send more money to Ukraine. 18 rounds of aid we've sent there already. 18 rounds of aid. How many rounds of aid have they sent you and your children? I mean, honestly, did you get any aid? Some of you got AIDS, but no aid. And you ain't got no health care. Don't mean to laugh. Yes, I do. But if you don't laugh, right, you're going to cry? Because my feelings are hurt. Someone disagrees with me and called me names. It's Wednesday morning. It looks like it's gonna rain. I'm trying to get in did a 5-mile hike yesterday. Maybe I'll try to get something in. Or I might just sit around until I gotta go to work. Nah. Hey, everybody have a great day, man. Ain't no one gonna watch no motherfucking 19-minute fucking video, 20-minute video. Crazy. Peace. Hey, take care of yourselves, man, for real. Even if we don't agree, but we grew up together, I still love you. Whoop, I still love you. But seriously, you know what I mean? It's okay. It's all right. I get it. I've been there. I understand. I feel the same way about the COVID shit and this and that, you know what I mean? I get it, man. I get it. I was exactly where people are right now. You know what I mean? And so I'm just trying to share what I've seen. That's all. I'm not telling you to watch any fucking weird documentaries. I'm not down with Q or whatever the hell anything's called now. I'm just saying, check out some other people, man. Look at some of the people I've been talking about. You know what I mean? A lot of former Bernie people, and even Clinton supporters, but have now like, yo. But anyway, I mean, Glenn Greenwald brought forth Snowden. You know what I mean? Now they call him a right winger because he goes on Tucker Carlson. But whatever. I don't know. What does that even mean? I mean, obviously it means because people say it to me now, right? So if I disagree or don't fully agree with what they're saying, right, or fully back it, that means you're right wing now. So if you don't like what they say or you disagree with it, they're right wing. I mean, I'll tell you. I said it before, I'll say it again. I'll end it on this. I have right-wing friends and clients. And believe me, they do not think I'm a right-winger. They think I'm like a socialist or some shit, right? Okay. See? It's all in the mind, right? The perception. But, yeah, just because we don't agree, I still love you. Peace, everybody. It's way too fucking long.